Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. On the day we are together again. On the day we are together again. I will pull you in close like a hoop with no end. On the day we are together again. We will share the same table again. We will share the same table again. I will pass you the salt, the candlelight will bend when we share the same table again. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will stop for a snack at the taco truck stand when we walk around the block hand in hand. Someday we will go back to work. Someday we will go back to work. May we be among people who respect our work. Someday we to the healers who keep us alive, to the healers who keep us alive. A toast to your courage, knowledge and light, to the healers who keep us alive, and the ones we love who are gone, and the ones we love who are gone. We remember the stories and we sing the songs for the ones we love who are gone. And on the day we are together.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. Good to see everyone. Today is January 17th, 2024. Just about said 2023. um, I'm on a little bit earlier. There's a lot of schedules, lives tonight, and otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to go live at all, but I etched a little time out here. Cassie sent me something very interesting, strange, if you will, but I think we need to talk about it. I think we really need to talk about it. It is a guy who found this tote or something, and it's a very, very small channel. And I want to show you guys. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. I know there's a lot of people live right now, but um, I want to show y'all something here. And it's hold on, it's a wrong one.
I don't have a way to upload a single photo, but this is a copy of the plastic tub I found outside their porch, Wells 216. Did it come out of a facility that the Wells was renting and the door number being 216? If so, we need to go further. If not, then these people were just probably doing a good deed and trying to raise possibly their granddaughter. But there's a lot of evidence that points that this possibly was that little girl. I don't have a way to upload a single.
Okay, so you see that tote. It only been like 200 views on it. Now I want to show you something else. Hold on. This guy doesn't show his face. I wish he would show his face personally. He says he's not a creator. He kind of sounds like gives that rough voice like Griff. Yeah, I can see that. But look at this.
Good morning. So I had this video posted about possibility of a summer whale sighting, and man, it started taking off really fast yesterday. I know there's a lot of people interested in this case. I mean, I was interested in it. That's how I even knew about it. I've got the camera covered because I don't want to show my face on camera right now because I don't want it to be about me. I'm not here making sweet tea videos and trying to make money making videos and having a following and all that. This just happened. I mean, it happened, and I said something about it, and I'm going to say something about it for the last time. In the mountains of North Carolina, I live in a dumpy old camper, and the kind of neighbors you get can range from really good to really bad. Um, a couple moved in a mobile RV.
Okay, so he's saying he lives in like a dumpy camper trailer in, I guess, rural, was it North Carolina? and he's going to tell you a story now. Listen to this. It's
Man was about
interesting.
69, woman about 50 or so, looked rather shady, and they had a 7-year-old blonde-headed little girl. And they had told the landlord that they had got her out of a bad situation. So I already knew that about it. And I kind of keep my eye on the folks for a couple of days. And I knew about the Wales case because I'm like anybody else. I got a lot of time on my hands. And, I watch crime stories on YouTube. Uh, so I got to thinking, I'm like, man, that sure looks like that girl from Tennessee.
Sure looks like that girl from Tennessee, he says. Is this like a camping park? It sounds like, where people are kind of in and kind of out at any, given time, right?
And I walked over to their RV, and there's a plastic tub. And written on that plastic tub is Wales 216. And you can take a meaning for that. Does it mean this? Does it mean that?
So he's saying that he first noticed that there was this, older man, older woman, and then he said, that girl kind of looks like that missing girl from Tennessee, meaning I'm assuming Summer Wells. And then he says he went over to their porch or something, and it's got this tote that says Wells 216. I invited him to also ICU.
Is it a storage unit, which I think it is? Is it a classroom? Is it some kind of part number? I don't know. But I got the feeling that, you know, if that did come from the Wells's property or storage facility, then this man had come into contact with Summer Wells. Was this little girl that was here Summer Wells? I don't know. It looked a lot like her, especially the one picture on the internet where Summer Wells is kind of sitting down and she's got her hair done real nice and almost looked kind of pinkish blue, and she looked a whole lot better than those shaved head pictures with no teeth. So, this is 2 years later, and it very well could be her. So, you could call me a dumbass or whatever. I called the sheriff's department. I didn't call 911. I called the sheriff's department. They sent a car out. Then they sent 6 more cars out. And it came down to taking a picture of the girl and sending it to Tennessee. Tennessee investigator said it's not her. So I let it go for a couple of days. The landlord was really mad that I had called the police on these people, and understandable. I got to thinking about it, and I called. I didn't call. I emailed EquiSearch, and they said, well, since the sheriff's department dismissed it, there was nothing that they could do, and they weren't interested. So I kind of got the feeling that they're.
So this guy, he calls law enforcement. He said like 6 or 8 cars or so came out. Gave it a couple days. He said that the sheriff's department was not interested. He continues.
They really don't want to find this girl if she is out there. Almost like they took her and put her in protection.
I
And this little
disagree with
girl
that,
was really
but
happy. She rode around on these donkeys and she played. She didn't have any friends, but she was really happy. But weird thing is, she kept knocking on my door, and she wouldn't be there. I'd open the door, and there'd be a stuffed animal on my porch or a box with a note in it.
strange.
Uh, this little girl went by the name of Lillian. She said she was from Georgia. She wanted to know what my birthday was, which I thought was weird. She had a plastic pool. She wanted me to come to a pool party, which I thought was weird. She wanted me to come over to the bonfire that night, which I thought was weird. So this whole situation is weird. A few weeks later, the man disappears for a couple of hours. The woman's off at work driving a trash truck, and she comes knocking on my door crying, won't know where the peepaw is. She can't find him. So I told her to go put a coat on. I walked outside, and he came pulling in about 15 minutes later, and she sat out there and scolded that old man pretty good. Well, that night they disappeared, her, him, and the donkeys. One thing that there's these people are supposed to be from South.
I mean, Did they have like a trailer with donkeys on it or something? I mean, it's like you just pull in a trailer park with donkeys.
Carolina, which I do believe that they are. I think I found them on Facebook. He is a preacher or a reverend, and she's very religious, the lady. They've got some pretty, I guess you'd say, methed out children. So this very well could be a granddaughter that you're having to take care of. But again, the Wells 216 thing just stuck in my head. Uh, the older woman told the landlord that the old man had some kind of dementia and he had to take medicine for it. And the hospital gave him 3 vials and he lost the vials and he couldn't take his medicine. So I don't know much about dementia medicine, but I've never heard about vials that you take home from the hospital. But it's a possibility. I had lymphoma. Well, I still have lymphoma. Actually, I did chemo for 3 years. So there is all kind of medicine. Well, about a week later, the woman disappears in the middle of the night and she takes all her trash. I've been here since 2017. Everybody who's ever moved out has always left their trash. So she took every piece of paper, anything that had anything to do with them, with her. So she disappeared in the middle of the night. The things that get me is the man drove a white truck that looks eerily familiar to the white truck that's in the Summer Wells video with the red Subaru. The blue enclosed trailer had Tennessee tags. Now these people, if they are who they are, who they say they are, they're very religious. Man, it could be that they got a hold of this girl and they're just taking care of her. Is it Summer Wells? Probably not. Does the Wells 216 mean anything? Probably not. But I posted it on Don Wells' site and on Candace Bly's site, and I didn't get a response. And it's probably because maybe I'm not friends with those people. So I made a little video, and I get a lot of haters out there. I'm not a content creator. If I was, you'd be looking at my face right now. So anyhow, that's what happened. And was it her? Who knows? Wells 216 is the question. If anybody wants to answer that, then we can go further. But I'm not really into going back and forth on this all day long. Thank you.
What do y'all think about that? That's a little interesting. He does one more video here. It's like 1:46.
It is now my belief that the Seventh-day Adventist Church has taken Summer Wells and either put her in protection or they have trafficked her across state lines for whatever nefarious reasons. The couple that was staying here on the property, highly religious. The man was supposed to be a reverend, and if I was to take a guess, I would say it's probably Seventh-day Adventist or something close to that nature. I don't know if that little girl that was staying here was Summer Wells, but I do know that there was a plastic tub written Wells 216, just as a number, not as a birthday. However, she was born February of 16, which is extremely odd.
That's not true. It's not February 16th, it's February
So
5th, isn't it?
what's on my mind right now is that I really do think that church had something to do with it. I watched some videos yesterday of some of the church people talking about it, and man, they are just totally creepy.
4th. I'm pretty sure.
So if you've been following from day one, Wells 216 still needs an answer. Not a guess, because I can guess all day long what that means. But I think the church did it.
So this was recorded 12 hours ago. 12 hours ago. Now it's interesting that there's some interesting points to it. Uh, an older man, an older woman. He, according to his story, he says, yeah, he was talking about 2016, yeah. But what's interesting is that he said he thought it was Summer Wells in the beginning. That's that girl from Tennessee, is his words. And then he says he was looking on their porch and he's got a photo of a tote, and it says basically, what is it? Uh, Wells 216. He says he called the sheriff's office, and the sheriff's office, came out 6, 8 cars deep, and I guess they had talked to Hawkins County, I'm assuming, and said it was not Summer. He said the little girl invited him rather to like bonfires and everything. They had a travel trailer on the back. The travel trailer had um Tennessee plates, and the the older man had dementia, but he something about his medicine was gone. Um, the video is a creator named Carrie Moody. Don plans to start to get out of the way. Don plans from start was to get out of the way from CPS. Uh, I think that could be part of it. Now, he states that he thinks that, you know, it's kind of a cover up or blah, blah, blah. I don't think that it is a cover up. I don't think that whatsoever. Um, but there was some interesting points to it. You would think if someone had Summer, they would be, they would probably most likely either be on the road a lot, kind of going from area to area, kind of like the campsites or whatever, or they would be completely reclusive at a location. But it's harder to, when you're bouncing from place to place. Um, when is law enforcement going to do some detective work? I know, Lisa. It's frustrating. I am praying that 2024 is going to be the year for Summer Wells. Guys, we have to pray. And Ronnie Lawson, where's our update? Where is this update that you said was happening really soon? Did he take a picture of the truck or tote? He took a picture of the tote. I showed that. If you rewind a little bit, I did show the picture. Let me see if I got it pulled up still. Yeah, here's the tote.
Photo, but this is a copy of the plastic tub I found outside their porch. Wells 216. Did it come out of a facility that the Wells was renting and the door number being 216? If so, we need to go further. If not, then these people were just probably doing a good deed and trying to raise possibly their granddaughter. But there's a lot of evidence that points that this possibly was that little girl. I don't have a way to upload a single photo.
Now, their last name could have been Wells. Uh, but the tote is what really kind of got me. It's, it is odd. There's some, coincidences. Who is this talking? It is just a guy. I invited him on the program. He lives in rural North Carolina. What's inside the tote? Good question. You really,
But this is a copy of the.
it looks like kind of like one of those clear totes. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would like to. You maybe. I don't know if he took a picture or not. Did we talk about uh it's done yet? Text yet? Haven't talked about that. Summer was born in February 4th. Yes. At least he called law enforcement. If she was safe in a loving family, that would be best, but unfortunately I think she's an angel. Well, I mean, if she was abducted by a stranger and she's in a family, you know, that's still wrong. It's still wrong. She's not you're not supposed to take someone's child regardless of how Don and Candace is. Now personally, in my opinion, I don't believe that happened. I don't believe that happened at all. But we have to put everything that is out there. The police probably have a report of this. Yes, and I hope he comes on the program. If he doesn't come on the program, I'm going to comment and see if he'll elaborate on this. If RL wanted out of office, he wouldn't have run again last summer. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Six cops makes me feel like they found it looked like summer, but when they transferred photo to TBI said no. He said like the people there was upset with I guess the people in the trailer park was kind of upset with him, but he was doing the right thing, checking out to make sure it was legit. The toad is what really makes me curious. I would have opened the thing, but I'm wild like that. Well, honey, I think you can see through the tote, to be honest with you. To me it looks hey Blue Willow, good to see you. Maybe Don and Candace gave Summer to the Don has said, I don't believe the abduction. Don and Candace don't act like they really wonder what happened to her. Yeah, yeah. They haven't even done the right things in order to get their boys back, right? Um, with Summer's parenting actions the way that they have since day one, saying the things they've said, 100% believe they are involved in Summer's disappearance. I agree with you. Let me just say something about H and Andrew. So I know Andrew is putting a lot of emphasis of holding H accountable, right? And saying he reported him, and he threw him under the bus and everything. But we have to remember, Andrew, and if you're watching, hi. But H came to his father. He's a 17-year-old boy. What H has done has been wrong. Flat out wrong, terrible, all the above. No excuse. I'm not giving an excuse. But this is what I'm saying. H came to Andrew for cash, for money. Andrew's never paid child support or anything else. Uh, you know, he's trying to hit up his dad. It was maybe, H was technically going through a lot. His mom is in the hospital. He's got his younger sisters and all that. And, you know, no excuse. No excuse. You don't ever scam. It's wrong, period, point blank. But H went to Andrew for money. Andrew said, sorry, sorry, can't help you. Can't help you. But I know who can. But I know who can. Let's get on here. Let's get on the internet. And that is when it started. All right, son, they'll give you some money, but you're going to have to talk. They're going to want to know about, what happened. And it went on from there. This was Andrew's platform. This was Andrew's idea of saying, I can't help you, but let's see if my subs can. Does he really have 11 children and no job? I don't know how many kids Andrew has. Don't know. But that's terrible. That's terrible. And he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to teach him a lesson." This was you started it, Andrew. That's the thing. You started it. Am I wrong? Like, you're 30 something years old. He's 17. Trust me, H is going down the wrong path. H is going down the wrong path. Probably in the steps of Andrew, to be quite honest with you. But if Andrew would have given his son some cash, I mean, he bought a computer. He bought a computer. He supports the kids in his home. H just wanted some money for, I guess, living or doing whatever. He never asked Andrew for money or anything. So for me, H is he's a 17-year-old boy. He's making wrong decisions. He's doing really bad things. But I can find more grace for a 17-year-old who's young and stupid than I can a 37-year-old. That's just me. I thought the text message, hold on, said H pushed for going live. He may have. I don't know, but I know Andrew said he didn't have money to give him. So here's the subscribers, see if they can help you out. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. And it's just so, I don't know. And, Allie tomorrow, allegedly, they're supposed to take her off the vent. She needs a lot of prayers. This is she's either going to, hopefully come out of this or she won't. And some of the haulers said they didn't even know Candace was pregnant and just showed up. H is supposed to be a gang member. He's wired the way he is. I hate to say it, but H just follows it. Oh yeah. hmm Macy, thank you so much for the £4 super sticker, my love. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Means a lot. So, what are we doing? I mean, what do we expect out of this? Like, what are people? I don't know. I'm just disgusted with it. Andrew is supposed to be the adult, allegedly. Well, good luck with that, because I don't think that's going to happen. Hey, my monkey, be safe on the road, babe. The woman on the phone are unplugging Allie to yes, Quinny. Uh, they are supposed to take her off life support tomorrow. Now, just because you're taken off life support doesn't mean you're going to pass away. We don't know. They may have been weaning her off life support. A lot of times they do that. Remember that they said they were putting her on life support to give her brain and her brain some rest. I agree, pink butterfly. And I mean, what's wrong with them going to work? What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with working. My sister-in-law woke up after life support. Absolutely. So many people wake up after life support. So many, so many. Yes, they could just be taking out the tube. Can't believe anyone. That's the thing, Denny H. People's like expecting her to pass tomorrow. We have no idea. You know, they have the family, they've been expecting her to pass for how long now? You know, have some hope, have some faith. Because if Allie comes out of this and she is okay, she's going to pitch a bitch. And I don't blame her. Andrew also picked and choose which messages show. More than likely, they were the ones leading up to the. Mm, very true. Very, very true. My mother was on life support for 2 months. They took her off and she woke up on her own. Absolutely, Stacy. And a lot of times they don't like to keep you on life support because you can get kind of lazy on it, if you will. Lazy, and I don't mean that like lazy, but your lungs and your body can get used to that machine breathing for you, and you won't want to try to do it on your own. So they kind of wean you off of it. So your muscles, you know, your brain and stuff will kick in and start doing it. Um, Keeping someone in a coma, it's a medically induced coma, many times is for their brain and their body to recover. Because obviously you recover uh, faster if your body doesn't have to work as hard. If you're asleep, you uh, recover faster, right? If you're not, you know, constantly, you know, the stresses of everyday life, moving and everything and taxing your body. So it is used as a way to give your brain literally a break. Yes, and that is true. That is absolutely true. Now they say 4 to 8 minutes that Allie was off of life support for 48 minutes. Well, how do we know that's even true? How do we know that's even true? Because we don't. We have no idea if that is even true because we can't trust anything that is said to that's been told to us. Nothing. And I'll be honest with you, I think, I look at H's interview that he did with Andrew the other day, and then I look at the younger boy H with Chris, and I feel personally, I feel like when H was younger, his mind was more fresh. That is the one that is most, in my opinion, probably the one that's most truthful. Um, I don't know about like the Burger King thing. I'm sure Candace will dispute it. Uh, don't think Candace has said anything. That's what they need is a job. They wouldn't have the idle time. Bingo. Yes. My daughter was on life support, woke up. Keep the faith. Amen, Messy Bun Mafia. Absolutely. Keep the faith. Absolutely. In Andrew's latest video, he seemed to be trying. What do you mean, Tracy? If she comes out, she has to fully cooperate because, hmm and this is the thing. If not Andrew, pardon me, if H took okay, this is another thing. If H took his mom's money for rent, whatever, doesn't matter. If he took her money and Andrew already knew about that, well, then you already knew about that and you knew that H was playing these games and what type of person he was or was becoming or is becoming. If he took Allie's money and then you say, "Oh, come on my platform, we'll get you more money." That's wrong too because Andrew, you already knew that H allegedly took money. And then, now they've got GoFundMe's, they've got Cash Apps, they got Venmos, they got uh on Facebook asking for money. It's absolutely one love. So I know that yesterday one of the women or one of the friend allegedly that knows Allie, she had the blessing of the family uh to do this. What was it? I don't know, some can't think of the fundraiser thing name right now. But anyway, she had the blessing of the family. Well, I'm sure she did have the blessing of the family because they've been asking for money for, since this happened. So, it's like what the hell? I'm absolutely sure that you have their blessing, but she took it down. She did take it down, which is probably the best thing to do right now. Um, and I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me in chat. I remember Andrew saying, "You're having twins," and then H kind of pausing and then like getting it and being like, "Oh, yeah, we're having twins." Now, did H say only answer this if you actually heard it with your own ears, please. Uh, did H say that first that they were having twins, or did Andrew say it first that they were having twins? Did she take it down or GoFundMe take it down? That's a good question, JD, and that's a fair question. She says she took it down. I was in Smiley's yesterday. She comes in chat and she says, I just removed it. Now, that is what she said. I have not been able to verify that either way. I'm just telling you what she said. She alleges she took it down. H said it first. H said it first. Okay. Okay. So that is a straight up lie. That would be a straight up lie that H said. Shame on you. That is not, it's not funny. That is legit scamming, pulling on the heartstrings of people, saying, your mom is supposedly dead or dying, and you're a young guy. Let's make this clear as well. We know every one of these people because of the Summer Wells case. Every freaking one. Every one of them because of the Summer Wells case. Period. Period. So there's that. Now, if I don't know, man. I really don't know. Q, Justin is having a baby. Well, they said she's having, but having people who are, we know him because of the Summer Wells case. We know all of them because of the Summer Wells case. And, we think of H as younger. I think we still think of him as that like 15-year-old boy, even though he's not. And we just don't, I never could have thought that H would have been like this, to be quite honest with you. Never would have thought. And then his mom's in the hospital, so you feel sorry for him there. He's there with, his sisters, and he's saying that he's, I've got twins on the way. Oh my God. My sister's pregnant. Oh my God. Which that is true. She is pregnant, his sister. But his girlfriend, is not at all. It's just a lie. It's a scam. Sadly, they will say she miscarried from all the stress. Justin, did you see the video made by Jungo Superstar? He believes he saw Summer. Yes, Teresa, we was playing that video just a little bit ago. I believe everything I hear. My therapist can't understand why I can't trust anyone. Go figure. Right, Snow? No baby at all. The grandmother verified that. Bottom line, they all lie and are not trustworthy. I don't believe a word comes out of any of their mouths. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. All of these people lie. All of them. They all lie. And it is so frustrating because we're here for Summer. That's who we're here for at the end of the day. Summer and Summer only. In this case. That's it. Well, and the boys, of course, but the boys are taken care of. So, it's just really fucking frustrating. I believe Hunter was talking about his sister. She walked behind Hunter. He looked at her and said that they would know the gender of the babies next week. Well, but the thing is, he said it. He said they were having twins. That's the problem about it all. if he was talking about a sister, he would have said my sister was, having twins. You're right, Snickerdoodle. If I thought I had seen Summer, first thing I'd do is take a picture of her. Yes, Paula. Yeah. And I don't know if he took a picture or not. Um, he claims that he called the sheriff's office. They came out. They, I guess, took pictures and sent it to Hawkins County. But the tote thing is what really gets me. It's the tote. It's like that's weird. Maybe he will show a sonogram next week. I don't think there's a sonogram to see. Um, other than maybe she's constipated or something. I mean, there's not going to be a baby in there. True already knows the gender of the baby. It's on Facebook. Well, there's that then. Baby. I feel Hunter told the truth this time, other than the twins and his mom. Hunter's story was different around his mom and Granny, and the truthful and more truthful with his dad. That's my opinion. Okay. Um, I don't know. See, my opinion is I don't know. I would like to hear if Candace claims that they were at Burger King that day, but I think she would dispute that, and the reason I think she would dispute that is because she said they never ate that day. They never ate on June 15th, as far as she claims, while they were out. They didn't get they only got drinks at Sonic, nothing else, right? But I also think, in my opinion, that Candace abused H. I absolutely, in my opinion, feel like that happened um, through alcohol and nicotine, vapes and all of that. And maybe even in other ways. I don't think it's appropriate, at the very minimum, for a married woman or any woman to take, a teenage boy with their young 5-year-old child to a very discreet location where there's not a lot of people around. It's just not right. It's extraordinarily inappropriate at best. And I don't think we'll ever know the truth of that, what happened, as far as H and Candace. Candace had no Burger King per Daisy Love. Okay. So, in my opinion, his first interview with Chris is the one that is, in my opinion, that is going to be most truthful. I think because he was younger, he was more willing to probably tell the truth, and it was recorded. Chris is more an authoritative figure, and I think he's less likely at that age to lie about anything, in my opinion. I'm not saying that he didn't lie in the first interview. I'm saying he's less likely than he is now, in my opinion. Um, I'm so glad I'm just a watcher, not a YouTuber. I would lose my mind. My life or my sister was on a vent for 8 weeks 3 years ago, and today she is almost back where she was, but my heart, but her heart was not assisted. Gotcha. It's been a lie from the start, Trina. Uh, I think a lot of them has lied, to keep themselves, maybe wanting to hide something very, very little, about themselves, what they did that has nothing necessarily to do with summer, but they lie because it has something to do with something else that they don't want revealed potentially. Um, just like last night. Um, Cher did a live with Andy. We'll play some of it here in a minute. If you didn't see that live, you need to go watch the full thing. Also tonight, he's going to be there again for the second time. For instance, it was alleged that, you know, they didn't that Andy did not want the police to search his land. And he said, "Thank you so much, Charlotte. H could be lying from the beginning because used he was blackmailed by Candace." Charlotte, thank you so much. Um, well, we know. Listen, one thing we know absolutely is that Candace went over to H's house like like a day or hours after Summer went missing, when they had specifically told Candace Wells and Dawn not to be in contact with H. He's a 15-year-old. What married woman calls a 15-year-old the first call she made when they were taking her down to do the lie detector and an interview? That is who Candace called, was a 15-year-old child, the one she gave alcohol and vapes to. Why does a married woman, mother, why does she call H while she's going down to do an interview and a lie detector test? You ask, I'm asking. He's a kid. Call his mother at that point. Call your husband. Don't call anyone. Call your mom. Why are you calling a 15-year-old boy? Justin, did anyone out there ever hear Hunter say he was saving a friend from going to prison for 25 years? Anyone? Never heard that. No, never heard it. Andy to me sounded more normal than anyone yet on Ben Hill. Kind of reminded me of Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely thought Andy sounded uh pretty believable. Yeah, in my opinion. But what I was saying about that. So let's let me get down here. Let's there was rumors that Andy didn't want them on the property. Andy says that is a complete lie. And a lot of people thought, well, because he might have drugs on the property, he might have pot plants or something. Andy said, "No, I wouldn't give a rat's behind, if it came to a missing little girl and just a few pot plants, you know, life is more important. And he said he allowed them on their property, in their house at any time. That is what he says. But there are people out there that will make themselves look more guilty, and say, no, you can't come on my property. It's not that they have anything to do with Summer or abducting a child or anything. It has to do with, well, they might have 6 pot plants and they're afraid they're going to get in trouble for the plants, right? But what people also don't understand is they're not there for those plants. They don't care about those plants right now. They have bigger fish to fry. Um, You can grow pot in New York. Now you can only have a few plants. Yeah. Hold on, I need a drink. A Pepsi. But I don't know. One second. Why is Andrew trying so hard to redeem himself now? Well, I mean, I think he knows, I think it's just the repercussions. But he's like, oh, I owned mine and I told or H to own his. Well, he's 17, man. And to be honest with you, I I know H has done some really crappy things, right? But he's also a kid. He's getting ready to be an adult legally, legally, but he's still a kid. He is still technically a kid. And it is a lot. He's going through a lot. I'm honest to God, y'all. I'm not trying to excuse him whatsoever because wrong is wrong, right? Wrong is wrong. But there's a lot of people also talking about him right now and Andrew and his mom and everything that's going on. 2 months his girlfriend parents could kick H out. Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 months. He's going to be 18 years old. Andrew's trying so hard now because I think he had a lot of people tell him off and stopped watching unsubscribes. Yeah, yes. Um, I can't imagine that a 17-year-old, my 18-year-old, graduates in April and has already been accepted to college. Hunter has never had a chance. Batgirl, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Um, they are a product of their surroundings. That's, nature versus nurture, kind of thing. And the nurturing and the people around you really make a huge difference. Now, there are cases where they want to be the exact opposite as their parents or whoever is raising them, right? If they're, alcoholics or uh, drug addicts or whatever, they've seen this mess that their parents have brought them up in for 18 years and they want to be the complete opposite of that. And God bless them. But then there are those that only knows the life that is around them, and it's a small life, right? It's a life of uh you know just drugs, living a rather filthy life. Justin, watch Andrew's live today, not this morning, but there's 3 very telling, and he knows something about summer. He's always a guy out. He's calling a guy out. Um, and now I'll be honest with you, I don't think Andrew has anything personally to do with summer, if that's what you mean. I don't think Andrew knows anything um, at all, in my opinion, when it comes to summer. Um, if Andrew knew something, he would have told TBI, or TBI, or the rather FBI would have been knocking at his door. You can trust that. Um, Another thing last night that I found interesting, Andy stated that the Wells house was more of a, I don't know, just a place for people to, strangers and just all kinds of people to go, and they would stay a while, might stay a night or two or a week or whatever, and be on their way. There was a lot of people in that house the time that Andy and Jody Sue had lived there, and the Wells had lived there. He had stated that there was quite a bit of different people. He named a couple names last night as well, but why doesn't Dawn and Candace talk about these people that has been, you know, in their home? The only one we hear that's been in the home is Allie and Jose. Really, nobody else that has stayed there. The one woman who he was having an affair with, she was, excuse me, she was there. Hey, Emma, as well. Justin, did you hear from Andrew's live? They are pulling. Yeah, I did. But again, them pulling the plug, so to speak, doesn't mean she's going to pass either. Let's have some faith and pray for her. She's Allie is so young. He's probably too ashamed of the relationship to admit that he had a relationship, even though it would be her abusing. Yes, yes. And to be honest with you, Tracy, um, I I would understand his embarrassment. You know what I mean? Like if I would put myself in his shoes, even, I would, but there's nothing to be embarrassed about, but I also get it. You know, he was extremely young and was much older, and also he has a girlfriend beside of him, you know. So there's that as well. Just for all, the call was faked. It was Amber. Nobody would give HIPAA info. Allie can only say, what call are you talking about, Joe? And Dark Dragon, they are. They are. Hey, Miss Chewy, good to see you, dear. Andy B also said summer was, yes, little Dev. So Andy did say last night, make sure y'all go watch that interview if you haven't watched it, that summer would be without clothes a lot of time, just, running around outside with no clothes, uh, naked. And Andy said, that was very inappropriate. Naturally, um, she's still a girl, and it's just not appropriate. That it's not normal, Momo Shark. It's not normal. It's just not normal. Kids, it was a good interview, Joe. It really was a good interview. Kids and they have to learn to wear the clothes, right? Uh, I moved out in the country just so I could run around naked by myself. Well, yeah, yeah, Jose talked about that as well. Um, it's not appropriate for kids, girls, and anyone like that to be running around with others, whether it's family or not. It's just not right. I mean, my daughter used to run around in underwear and a t-shirt in the house when they were little. Um, yeah, well, he's saying that, Andy was saying that, other people would be there, because there was people always in and out of the Wells house, and she would just have no clothes on. So, no excuse for H, but his life is all he knows who he is. And that's right. But listen, if H doesn't grow up quick, real quick, Key is going to end up, sadly, and God, I pray not. I pray to God in heaven, and please pray for H that he sees the light and that he breaks this um cycle, that he just breaks this cycle, because if he doesn't, he's going to either end up in jail or dead, I'm afraid. And that's just the truth, because he is 17 years old. He's there smoking and vaping and just, looking real rough to be 17, uh, not taking care of himself. And listen, there's only two places you go when you live like that. There's only two places you go: jail or the grave. I've seen it. I have seen it and seen it and seen it so many times. About Andrew's supposed call to H coworkers today. Let me see if I can find it, Marlena. How far back is it? Hey, Jesse. Andrew supposedly called H caseworker today and ratted on him, saying Hunter had a GUN and is scamming people. I call BS, fake call, in my opinion. I know that he did call someone today. I don't know who his worker is. They stated that he didn't, that H is no longer on probation. They stated that. Um, now is, if he had a GUN, Andrew already knew about that prior. Andrew already knew about that prior to all of this. So why are you ratting out the kid now? Wrong is wrong, whether you like the person at the time and this is your son, Andrew, or not. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And to be the best example, when you knew that he had that GUN, even though you was in a good place with him at the moment, and if he was doing wrong, you was supposed to do it then. Back then, when you knew he had the GUN, not because you're trying to do it now. It just is what it is. In one of Don's interviews, they asked him what Summer had on the morning, and Don said his usual pause to think of what to say. And all he said was, "I don't remember. She was naked, I'm sure." Really? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. I don't remember. And you're saying you probably think she was naked. Gotcha. Um, there is photos of Summer in just her diaper in bed with the parents or Dawn. I don't know if it's just Dawn or both of them, but there are photos of Summer in just a diaper in their bed. I'm sure some of you have seen them. So, um, so also, one second. I'm I'm yapping my mouth right now, so my mouth gets dry. Last night, Andy talked about, and Jody Sue had talked about this, and I wanted to see if he would verify it, and he did. Bear with me. It is so annoying when people eat and drink on camera. So I try not to be one of those people because it annoys the shit out of me when other people's are like, they're they're like eating. You know what I mean? It's annoys the shit out of me. Um. Oh, Grace, Marissa used to do it too. Oh my god, it would annoy the shit out of me. People eating. I'm like, you have 24 hours in a day. When you're live, having a drink next to you because we're always talking, and trust me, it dries you out quick when we're sitting here talking for an hour, 2 or 3 at a time, nonstop. But having a freaking meal while you're live and crunching into people's earpieces, it's like, like in the live, or how about you eat before you start, talking into the microphone that goes into people's earpieces. Sorry, it just gets me. It gets me because I don't want to hear people like, you know, you know, it just. Anywho, I digress. Um, so Jody Sue had said that there was times where, like, Dawn, may have thought Andy was out of town, but he wasn't. but he wasn't actually out of town. And Don had been peeking. And I asked Andy about that last night, and he verified that. He said it was one of three people. And he said it was either Don, Fred, or some other guy. Now, in my opinion, that is a no brainer. No brainer. Absolute no brainer. First of all, Don has done this. We have police reports of Don doing this. We literally have police reports of what the police told Don and what Don told the police. He physically broke into a woman's house, watched her sleep, and then got into her panties. Right? And so what Jody Sue was saying there was correct. That is actually correct. Andy did verify it. Uh, Andy said that they thought I was out of town and I really wasn't. And this person, he said he saw through like a split second through a screen, and he's like it was either Don or Fred or someone else. Now, first of all, Fred lives way down the road from the wells, right? He lives almost at the end of Ben Hill Road. It's not going to be Fred, in my opinion. The other guy lives far further away than Fred. And Don Wells is the next door neighbor, right? And has done this before. And Don Wells likes to, he's sketchy. We know that. He's done this before. So, like I've always said, Don is a sneaky, sneaky, sneaky thing. That's why he likes to do things in buildings, right? He likes to have that private building for his twistedness, in my opinion. Slurping on a cup of coffee, I know that bothers me too. Bothers me too. I call it fluking when they're like, yeah, his private shed. Wonder if Candace wears thongs or Bridget Jones. What's a Bridget Jones? I don't understand. What's Bridget Jones? What's that? Um, I just like watching people egg AH, and he will flip the heck out and then apologize to. Yes, Angela. I have noticed that as well. Noticed that before. They mean granny panties? I've never heard of that. Bridget Jones are they're called they're granny panties? So that's like I've never heard that. Y'all look up uh where was it? Davis, we did. Or Davis. Uh we did look it up. What if those red undies? Oh, True Love has 4 paws. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships, my love. Let's give True Love has 4 paws. Let's give her a big thank you. And to the ones who received that, please give her an extra thank you. And welcome, members. Welcome our new members to the family. We have a button down there now, a custom emoji that says welcome to the family. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. What else? Candace probably wears dirty underwear inside. She probably doesn't wear underwear, to be honest with you. I mean, those things would probably be uh just McNasty as hell, right? Just McNasty as hell. Um, what time does Ziggy go live? Hold on, I want to make sure I don't overlap her. Um, okay, 7:15. She was going live at 6:30, I think, or something. Make a poll about what bloomer she wears. No, Jesse. Ooh. I damned things that her drawers would stick to a wall. Yeah, they would probably be so raunch that they would be freestanding. They could stand up on their own with a crunch. Ugh. Justin, I texted you an exclusive image. Oh my god, I love exclusive. Hold on one second. Let's find the exclusive from Marlena. 1 second. We're getting this exclusive from Marlena. Please hold for the exclusive from Marlena. 1 second. Let's see here. Marlena. Oh, yes. Okay, ready for the exclusive from Marlena. Here we go. 1 second. It's quite funny, actually. Here's the exclusive. Um, it says the following. Hey Donnie, can I borrow your red lipstick? I guess, bro, just don't touch my panties. Oh god, get some real lipstick, boy. Bra, no bra, granny panties, lady free balling. Ugh. If any of them is true, it's kind of creepy. Yeah, Candace, she's not into the bathing life. He is so gross. He is so gross. Um, I don't know, guys. It's so disappointing. Summer needs to be found. Like we've she's just got to be found in 2024, y'all. She really does. Like this has been, let me show you something. This has been like almost 4 or 3 years rather. I sound like Candace now saying 4. She always adds another 6 months to a year on it. Like Candace, what the hell are you doing? 1 second. This is Fred's old place. You know, I mean, these people, these are some rough people, right? I mean, these are people. Oh, me too. It is what it is. Me too. You know, these people, they're all kind of now. There is a couple fairly nice places on Ben Hill Road, that aren't. Ryan made a community post about it, but you know, for the most part, these people are they live very kind of similar lives. I still think Andy was involved in Summer's disappearance. Um, I know, I know a lot of people still, think that Andy could potentially be. Um, he says, now the 14th, you might have seen me on Ben Hill. or whatever during the midday. I'm telling you, watch that. Justin, remember Jose saying Summer ran around naked and Dawn denied it? Yes, she tried. Yeah, she would try to run around naked, and it was just constant. Because I mean, he said yesterday. One second. He said yesterday that the kids played really rough. Really, really rough. The boys played really, really rough. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen that TikTok or the video of the boys. I mean, they are playing hard. They were kind of wild, like, almost. They were playing so hard. I mean, they went for the jugular at each other. Does anyone ever see that video of the boys doing that? There are some rough people. I don't know why this is making me laugh. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, if you don't laugh, you'll cry sometimes. I never seen it. I'm just thankful he thought about Summer and turned it in. Yeah. Would love to see Chris M interview Andy B since he's supposedly so transparent now. Okay, well, there's a video out there of the boys wrestling. And I believe it was a TikTok video. I never showed it on my channel because um I I try not to show the boys. I try to always blur their faces and stuff. And this is a video, but I mean they are rolling around in the grass. I mean really, really rough. Toodles, the military would be great for H. That would be great. The guy that made a video and deleted it the other day called what? Who's doing that? We are Stardust. I would like the DD to review Andy. Jeanette, in my opinion, they know what happened to Summer, and it's too late to help her. The boys are secure and are going at yep. I can't imagine having a father like Andrew. He is beyond despicable and belongs in prison. Uh, it Andrew, in my opinion, just doesn't have that natural father, feeling about him. There I don't know, like for most people, whenever you have a kid and they put that baby in your arms, there's this instant innate um innate instinct that immediately changes you. It's a fatherly instinct. And it changes. Your everything about your existence changes. And then there are the few that it doesn't change for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Um And to be fair, um, I still don't get it, but Andrew and H, they don't really have a relationship because they've been, they haven't lived, close to each other in so many years either. I'm just all over all the people connected with the summer in one way or another. They make me mad. Yes. Chingo Dad just deleted one video. Only 2 are up now. Really? Hold on. Let's look at Chingo. I don't see. Both are still here.
It is not. I don't have a way to
They're
upload
both working for
a single
me.
photo,
All
but this is
3.
a copy of the plastic tub I found outside their porch.
They're all working for me, Cassie. The innate biological instinct of science cannot measure. Yes. You can put any baby in my arms and I'm going to love it. I love children. Yes. Absolutely, Tammy Sue. And that's the way it's supposed to be. There was one deleted a few days ago. Child developing and home economics used to be a thing. It should still be a thing, Anna. I think that's one of the I think we still need that now more than ever, in my opinion. I only see 2 up on Changos as well. Really? All right, let's do this. Let me refresh it and see what it says. There's 2 videos and a short is what it is. See, 2 videos and a short. Yeah, Cassie, there's only one is a short. You have to go under shorts. I was mortified when I heard age friend say they oh god, Mystic. There are people on here that have said such things that you deleted the other one? Was there like a third video? Is that what y'all were saying? Anna, in my state, my son came home with a baby last month. Oh. In my first apartment, I had organized billfold and budget. Yeah, but that's the difference. That's the difference in what fathers and mothers and people who, want a better way of life. To me, it's sad that, you know, Don and Candace made good money and yet still chose to live in squalor. But that is what addiction does, right? That's exactly what addiction does. I mean, this is the driveway of Fred's, by the way. This is where Candace was supposed to have walked up, or pulled down here somewhere, you know, and then walked up on June 15th. Don and Candace's property is probably the best property on Ben Hill. You know. So. Candace said she thought the police canines would have had better success if they had been notified to corral the family 8 dogs, which means the dogs were back by the time they had you know, the dogs, the canines there to search. But, while Summer went missing, they were all gone, right? Wrong, in my opinion, at least. They just done some stupid underhanded stuff. When they brought the cadaver dogs up, they didn't why didn't they warn me ahead of time to find a place for the dogs to go? Why, Candace? Because this was an emergency. Your daughter was missing. Sorry you didn't have time to, you know, take him someplace. Put him in a building. How about that? They just brought them up. "Oh, you got dogs?" Question mark. "You guys already knew I had dogs," she says. That didn't pan out because you've got these 8 dogs wanting to smell the new dogs you brought up on my property. So that's going to mess up the cadaver dogs because it's not going to know which way to go," Candace said. Candace is complaining about, "Oh, you didn't warn me about this." How do you corral that many dogs? Um, I don't know. She should have just told him to go on vacation again, I guess. Like they did when Summer went missing, right? I'm being so sarcastic. Another warrant obtained by News Hold on, let me see if this. Another warrant obtained by News 2 states that the FBI and Tennessee Highway Patrol had also responded to the home on August 13th, 2001, where the residents were searched and the Wells was found hiding in a storage room. That time, Wells was arrested for a parole violation out of Utah and charged with being a fugitive from justice. The TBI also told reporters that they are not ruled out foul play in the disappearance of Summer Moon Utah Wells. He has had the FBI at his house looking for him. Emma, our dear Emma, posted this message between Hunter and Candace. June 4th, 3:51 p.m. Yo, yo, come visit me. It says June 4th right there. Now, I think that is the previous call. That is the previous address, by the way. The June 4th is from this way up. So this would be June 15th, I'm assuming. Yo, come visit me. Okay, after I get grandma from the hospital, did Grams go with you or stay with Allie? Stayed with Allie. Okay. Yup. Little Summer. Our little Summer. Yeah, that was a great interview, wasn't it, September? Hey, Cher. She looks so frail there. And the steps. The damn steps. I wouldn't go down there as an adult in the middle of the day, let alone a kid. Taken by TBI. Can anyone confirm that law enforcement and cadaver dogs at the Wells property in regards to missing Summer Wells just spoke to Sheriff Lawson? He said that is not the case and no cadaver dogs were used. That was WHAL. Now, they may have ended up using cadaver dogs later, but they didn't in the beginning because they weren't expecting, they were looking for a little girl that most likely walked off, even though Don and Candace said, we know she didn't walk off from the second one. TBI on March 1st, 2022. Tweet, teams continue to search previous identified points of interest on Tuesday, looking for any sign of Summer Wells. Much of the terrain in the area where she went missing is extremely steep and dangerous, requiring extra time and search thoroughly. Um, Crews have returned today now that the seasons have changed and the landscape is more visible. Continue to search for anything. They haven't planned any other searches that we're aware of. November 30th, 2021. Today, TBI agents, Hockin County deputies are in Beach Creek area as part of a planned search for 5-year-old Summer. Today, teams will be focusing on overgrown areas that were previously difficult to access in the high grass and heavy foliage. So, there's that. Andy also stated last night that, the dogs pretty much, you know, he was up there quite a bit and he said the dogs would constantly bark. Constantly bark. If an accident happened at swimming or on the way home, no evidence would be at the house. Anyways, that is true. Search dogs are professionals. They would not pay mind to someone else's dogs. Giving Andrew the benefit of the doubt, it seems like he's giving H the opportunity to do the right thing as a his own choice. I don't know. I think if Andrew was doing the right thing, he wouldn't have done this in the first place, in my opinion. Yeah, but if she was nearby, she would have been found. Yeah, I agree. The laptop reference has stayed with me all this time. I believe Hunter knows more than what he is sharing. Um, Potentially. If Candace wears panties, that would be a horrible vision. Oh gosh. Justin, I watched a video of a man recorded thinking he sees Summer Wells. Yeah, Sassy Fresh. We showed it just a little bit ago. He sent it off, but they say that it is nothing. Uh, Cassie sent it to me earlier today, and I wanted to kind of. I know people's going to start asking me about it, so I wanted to kind of go ahead and talk about it, my thoughts on it. They've got a Get Real dive team searching for red truck. Didn't Candace Wells mention they put the search uh dogs, they put the dogs in the back of the truck. If a couple listen, most would run off the property. They said they put the dogs in the car, in a couple vehicles or something. Oh God, please! I'm trying to drink hot chocolate. No images of Candace. Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. If they would arrest CW on small charges, she would have spoken now. I mean, I think they should have drug her in for giving him alcohol and stuff. Can the FBI not use their live satellites of the property that day? They generally don't. JD Candace says Candace showed up 2 times to talk with Hunter after, so I'm sure she threatened him and maybe even Allie because Allie lied too and said she seen Summer that then changed that. That is true. Um, I know for a fact that Candace continued to talk to H through Facebook video messenger a lot, and I mean a lot, after Summer went missing. She was not to have any contact with H as well, but she was. She was. All right, guys, I'm almost at 2 hours. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for being here, hitting the thumbs up. Thank you to the mods and the members and those who donated. I appreciate you truly, truly so much. Ziggy is going live here momentarily about uh something. I think it's like that one biker guy or something. I forget him. His girlfriend is interviewing, and then I think at 8:30 or hold on, let me see what time Cher is going to be live. 1 second. Cher will be live at 8 p.m. my time, so an hour and 10 minutes from now. And I think Josh is going live later. He's going live in 10 minutes. So you guys have a lot of places to go. Uh, Josh will be going live in 10 minutes. Ziggy will be going live here in just a little bit. And then Cher will be going live at 8. So lots and lots to choose from tonight. Cher's tomorrow? Well, damn me. Let me see here. Let me make sure. Yes, sorry. Cher's is tomorrow. Yes, Cher's is tomorrow for part 2. I apologize. Lipstick color and brand. It is Juvia's Place. And it is I don't know. I can't see the color. But it's in this. I think it's called Chick or something like that. The nude. It's in the nude mauve collection. I love it. Looks like your lips. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys later tomorrow, most likely. I will, yeah, tomorrow for sure. Love you all. Stay warm. God bless. Bye bye.